And there have been, as noted earlier, a number of pretty ominous indications over the years from apparently informed people that the US government has been in direct contact with these forces, whatever they are, the people who created and flew these objects, whatever they are. But there has been direct dialogue between the US government, maybe other governments, and these entities.
So apparently we now live in a world where UFOs are not only being seen in the sky all around the world, but also mainstream media are now featuring videos of them. I was looking at how many recent sightings there have been in America. If we take a look at this map, a lot of the most recent sightings, in green, appear on the east coast of the US. As most of you already know, for some reason it seemed to have all started in New Jersey. The beach cameras here are still super active according to this TikToker.
We have another strange sighting over the beach in New Jersey. This is a live cam. I sped this up 5x and then you will see what happens. I've also included the normal speed one after this sped up clip. Did you see that? Watch, and it's gone.
And people aren't just seeing these drones any longer, the general public are recording orbs darting around. Look at these ones.
Okay, so one of the orbs has now turned into a drone. This is not AI generated. I know what I'm doing. This is a brand new iPhone. I'm zoomed in. But there were 3 of these. At first, they all appeared as orbs. And then they went from being an orb into a goddamn helicopter or something, into a drone, a literal drone. There's one that's a drone. A moment ago, that drone was an orb.
The number of different things being captured on camera is wild. This clip was taken in Las Vegas and is just as unexplainable as the others.
Get out, look at it! Oh my fucking god!
I used some effects on this particular clip and compared it to a regular commercial airliner. This looks completely different. It's almost as if none of the main components are connected. A lot of what we're seeing in these recent so-called drone videos appear non-human, like technology that hasn't yet been invented. But it's actually been like this for decades.
Well, you know, it really seems like these UFOs move in very strange patterns. They're able to hover, almost standing still, and then zoom off. It seems as if they must be utilizing some other form of energy that perhaps we don't know about. Now, in terms of our present, aerodynamic technology, do you feel that we're utilizing all that we can?
Their craft are thoroughly modern and up to date based on our present knowledge. But there is absolutely no question in the world but what there is not only a source of power of which we're not acquainted, but there is also a source of propulsion which we're not acquainted, because the UFOs seem to have unlimited power, which perhaps we might attain if we develop fusion.
Now, let's assume this is a non-human intelligence. I asked AI why these things might be revealing themselves now.
If we entertain the idea that these sightings represent non-human intelligence, their timing could suggest intentionality, possibly revealing something about their motives. One theory is that they're gradually acclimating humanity to their presence, preparing us for direct contact or unveiling their existence in a way that minimizes societal upheaval.
But this isn't just happening in America. These things, whatever they are appearing all over the globe. Take these videos from Australia, for example. This orb was caught in the city of Cali in Colombia.
No, mire que se hace lucecita, ve. Tiene lucecita, ve. Mire Isa, mírelo acá, rápido, mírelo acá.
A lot of viewers disputed this footage, saying it could have been anything, but they had trouble with the next video, almost 1,000 miles away in Peru.
Iba del aeropuerto de la FAT, acabo de salir y veo esas luces. Esa luz verde es de la cámara, pero esas luces que están ahí ya están desapareciendo, pero habían bastantes. Solamente quedan 4 o 5 rojas. Ahí está, en color verde, rojo.
Some lawmakers have suggested that the mysterious drones reported across several states may have been sent by China, despite assurances from the White House that these objects pose no national security risk. But that doesn't really make sense, seeing as China are getting their own sightings. Check out this video a pilot took.
My husband flies for a cargo company. This is over the ocean coming back from China. The plane was at 35,000 feet, and the lights were at about 50,000. The crew watched for about an hour. Not sure what it is. This was Nov 20th.
And here's another possible orb sighting from China in early January.
UFO 啊，是什么东西啊？这个是。
So, what's going on? If it's not our technology and it's not China's technology, where is this stuff coming from?
If it's not our technology and not China's or any other nation's, then we're left grappling with possibilities that challenge our understanding of reality. The sightings could point to something entirely non-human, originating from beyond our planet or even beyond our dimension. These craft, often defying the known laws of physics, might represent a civilization so advanced that their technology seems indistinguishable from magic to us.
I like that theory, but I wanted to take a look at other explanations. So this leads me onto some theories that some people are putting out there. And the deeper we dive into this, the stranger it gets. Could these UFOs be nothing more than our own government testing out new AI technology? I mean, look at this publicly available drone technology. This is Waldo version 3. It's a detection AI model that's capable of detecting different classes of items in overhead imagery, ranging in altitude from about 30 feet all the way up to satellite imagery. Hobbyists can now explore advanced features and experiment with their own drone. But if this is what's available for the general public, then what could government agencies have? Another theory is that these, quote, UFOs are somehow interrupting certain frequencies. These car radios allegedly began picking up weird sounds on different stations. Now, this is eerily similar to a movie called Signs, a film I probably watched a dozen times as a kid. At the beginning of the alien invasion movie, a family begins hearing something really creepy.
Probably picking up another baby monitor.
As crazy as it sounds, could we be living through the first part of this movie?
It's called probing. It's a military procedure. You send out a reconnaissance group, very small. Check things out. Not to engage, but to evaluate the situation. Evaluate the level of danger. Make sure things are all clear.
Clear for what?
For the rest of them.
Like I said before, what's really weird about this is that people have been seeing these objects for decades. I mean, take a look at this study on extraterrestrial intelligence from May of 1991. It gives information about ETs, their origin, interest, motive, and intent. It also provides information about why they haven't revealed themselves yet, and what could cause full disclosure, as well as the technology they could possess. If this is the beginning of full disclosure, what does that mean for us? Will life change?
If this is the beginning of full disclosure, it could mark a profound shift in how we understand ourselves, our history, and our place in the universe. The acknowledgement of non-human intelligence, whether extraterrestrial, interdimensional, or something entirely unknown, would shatter long-held beliefs and force us to rethink everything from science to religion. Life might change in subtle ways at first, with shifts in public perception and cultural curiosity. Over time, however, the implications could grow more profound.
What's piloting these things, and are these objects themselves conscious? Of course, nobody really knows, and the latest so-called UFO sightings are only making things stranger. It seems like more of these I watch, the more confused I am, and it's almost like all of them are different. Originally, this series of sightings kicked off after pilots and airline passengers saw something strange on the tarmac at Manchester Airport. Of course, nobody knew what to think about it, but once again, this was the first time something like this had ever been seen, or had it. Allegedly, this sphere was photographed in Argentina back in 1995 and is obviously very similar to the one seen at Manchester Airport. Just a few years ago, it seemed like you'd be ridiculed for giving any of this any thought. Now it feels different.
Let's talk about UFOs for a minute. What do you make of what's going on right now?
Oh, it's exciting.
This archive video is also from the 1990s. Eyewitness Bill Herman recounts his UFO experience in Charleston, South Carolina.
It was like the other objects. How did it fly? I don't know. I did not hear any noise. In that sense, it was like the other objects because it made absolutely no noise. I mean, it would go up like this and come back like this, come around like that, and just watching it was, it was hard because when it would go that way, I'd run across the field, and I'm trying to get it in a viewfinder, and I took about 4 or 5 shots like that, and I believe 2 or 3 of them came out, and 2 came out empty sky. Well, in the course of the sighting, the object was going like this way, and then it reversed course and went back that way until it was like hiding behind some trees over there.
Yeah. And these sightings aren't just seen by everyday people, they're seen by celebrities as well. Comedian Joey Diaz recounted an incident from 1975 or 76 when a UFO allegedly landed in a park, which he says led to a federal investigation.
What people don't know is that Hudson County, New Jersey, northern New Jersey is the #1 place in the country where they have the most UFO sightings.
Really? Northern New Jersey?
Look it up, Jamie, if you get a minute, please, not to be rude.
But isn't that like near a couple airports?
No, it's closer to like, like when you live in New York City and you look at the Hudson River, they say that people go on their balcony, they're drinking coffee, they're talking on the phone, and they'll see a little flying saucer go by.
Really?
And I know for a fact that in 1976...
A little one?
Whatever the f*** they are. I know for a fact that in 1975 and 1976, you could check me out on this. A UFO landed in Hudson County Park. I was a kid, and the next day the feds locked off the park. They had yellow tape, they had samples. Go look it up, dog.
But could all of these sightings be nothing more than some sort of long-term psychological operation or government program?
It's entirely possible that these sightings could be part of a long-term psychological operation or covert government program. Throughout history, governments have used misinformation and experimental technologies to manipulate perception, control narratives, and test public reactions.
If all of this was some type of government program, how would you explain this? Off-world craft have been seen for decades, if not centuries. This is a list of notable reported sightings of UFOs and related claims of those close encounters or abductions. Imagine how many sightings there were before cameras. And some of these go back hundreds of years, quite literally hundreds of years. Are we being watched or even taken care of by a higher intelligence?
The idea that we're being watched or even guided by a higher intelligence is both captivating and unsettling. If UFO represent a non-human intelligence, their apparent restraint, observing without overt interference, suggests an advanced awareness of our fragility and development as a species. Perhaps they see us as something akin to children in the cosmic landscape, not yet ready to understand the full scope of reality.
Despite countless sightings, theories, investigations, the truth behind these mysterious objects remains just out of reach. Are they advanced technology, extraterrestrial visitors, or something we've yet to even comprehend? While we may not know the answers today, the search is far from over. Join me again next time as we dive into some more rabbit holes and uncover the stories that keep us questioning everything we think we know. Thanks for hanging out, and see you next time.